Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games, and today I'm playing Monster Train. This time on Monster Train, we are going to, almost for the first time, repeat a clan combination. We're going to do Umbra Melting with Standard as our starting deck. The last time that we tried this exact combination, we died to the last divinity on Covenant rank 21. So here is us trying to get our Umbra Melting Remnant win after failing 4 times with all 4 standard exiled combinations. And of course we're going to try that on whatever the next one of these is. Evil Eyes. Alright, your units have Permadeath and Heartless, but on the bright side everything has Googly Eyes. So that's just harder. Friendly units get Heartless, which means they can't be healed. And when a non-champion unit dies, it is purged from the deck. Permadeath is really bad with the Melting as one of our clans, which kind of makes me want to skip this one, but I'm not going to. We're going to have the Melting Remnant with the Permadeath feature on. And Googly Eyes, of course. Alright. Well, this one's going to be hard, because we are very specifically choosing a poor clan for this particular downside. But let's see if we can win anyway. I think we will have a hard time. Alright, Immortal Trade. Terrible when you have Heartless and you cannot heal. So Immortal Trade is just bad. Hallowed Drippings. Applying Burnout is bad. Prism Retrieval, actually useful. Actually useful. Alright, so our starting deck has 4 trash cards, as well as the dregs. You know, one of the nice things about starting with the dregs is that when they die, they're gone. They're just purged. So we get to purge our starting deck really easily. How about that? But we do have the problem of the Immortal Trade and Hallowed Drippings being absolutely worthless. Seraph the Temperate is our boss. It saps our units. Alright. That could be bad. Really depends on what type of deck we have when we get there, and it's hard to tell right now because most of the things that we have, we want to get rid of. Alright. Well, our units are Heartless, and they get purged from the deck. Let's get our champion upgrade first. This might be a really good time to try out Monstrous. Architect is a little weird. It's good for morsels, and morsels might be some of the only units we have. But I'm kind of thinking Monstrous might be good. Maybe. We've never really gone down Monstrous much, so if nothing else, I want to try it. Our Pyre gets 15 attack. We're at the start of battle, draw until we have 10 cards. I think Lost Luggage could do some really good things. It doesn't work so well with Prism Retrieval, because the idea is that we want Prism Retrieval to have Intrinsic start in our opening hand, and if we draw 10 cards, we'll probably also draw all of our units. But still, I think Lost Luggage is just better than Boon of the Blacksmith. And let's go. The first battle is going to be interesting. We're going to purge possibly all of our dregs. The unit draft is nice. The unit draft is nice, but how do we keep our champion alive? I think we can. Let's turn it on. So Aggressive Amulet. Let's see what happens. So our champion is Monstrous, which means it's going to go at the top. And it can kill lots of things. The problem is that it only has 25 health. Immortal Trade, as we've mentioned, is absolutely useless. We've got 2 of them. Hallowed Drippings is kind of bad. It actually does nothing right now because we don't have any burnout units except for dregs, who simply die. Prism Retrieval could get us a Train Steward or a dreg, which isn't very useful. I'm trying to think of what we can do that actually does something. Mostly we can play Shade Splitters. Let's play a couple Shade Splitters. And then the question is, do I play my Prism Retrieval now in hopes that it gets a Train Steward and makes it stronger? Or do I play just this Train Steward that we already have? We could play Prism Retrieval for 0. It has a pretty good chance of drawing a dreg, which means we could still play it. The Morsel Excavator is pretty bad because Lifesteal is pointless. We can only fit one thing alongside our champion. We probably should have... We probably should have played our Shade Splitters first so that we didn't get the Ember Drain next turn. Did not think of that. I think we're going to put a Train Steward in the center. And we're going to put a Morsel Excavator with it. And then do we play Prism Retrieval or not? There's not a great reason to do it. And I think we want the drag in front of our Train Steward. So the drag dies next turn. And the Train Steward does not die. Oh, but we don't want to do that when we've got the Morsel Excavator in the back. Right. We could just play the drag here. Honestly, we're just going to have our dregs get purged from the deck. Okay, what's going on this time? We're not going to be able to defeat the Collector, unfortunately. We can put a drag in front of this Train Steward, which we probably will. The other Train Stewards we're probably not going to try to keep alive. So I think we put a drag in front, we put a Rebel Morsel on top, and then we could play 2 Train Stewards. That would cause one of the Train Stewards to be purged from the deck. I'm okay with that. Actually, it almost certainly causes both of them to be purged from the deck. We're purging a lot of cards. A lot of cards in this first battle. Which means most of our success depends on what we get after this first battle. Let's play the Shade Splitter. The Magma Morsel is good. See, the main problem is we need to keep our champion alive, and that doesn't happen very well if it takes damage. Because the champion has to kill the boss. So I think we put a drag in front of our champion, so that the drag dies instead. Which means I think we put a Magma Morsel here, and a drag here. Ooh. Our Train Steward still dies if we do that. Okay, whatever. All of our units are gonna die. Huh. All of our units are gonna die, huh? Luckily our champion doesn't get purged. I'm thinking that we might die really fast. But if we get past this first one, and we get some good cards here, we could have a very small deck. And having a very small deck might be really good. It might be really good. So we have to prevent you from getting hurt so much. We can't prevent 9 of it, but we can prevent the other ones with the Shade Splitter. Okay, so one of these is going to go at the top, one of them is going to go at the bottom. I guess It doesn't matter which one we put at the top, so let's put the most useless one, the Morsel Excavator, at the top. And then both of you are going to hit the pyre, which is bad, but nothing we can do there. And then the Ant Umbra Morsel, if we put it at the bottom in front, then this one survives another turn because you hit the Ant Umbra Morsel, and then the Ant Umbra Morsel gets eaten, which is good. And then Hallowed Drippings actually makes this one survive a little bit more, so he deals more damage. And then Immortal Trade does nothing. So there we go. We are actually hitting the boss a fair amount on the first turn. I like that. We are getting a lot of damage on the pyre. We got 15 damage on the pyre right there. And what else do we have? We've got one Train Steward. If I play the Prism Retrieval for 1, which we can easily do, then we can purge that Train Steward as well. We can have purged every drag and every Train Steward in our deck on the first battle, which seems good, and it also seems really scary. So let's see what we do. So Shade Splitter, then we play Prism Retrieval. We get our Train Steward. We want the Magma Morsel to go at the top, because you need a lot of attack so that you can hopefully kill him. It looks like you will, but not by a lot. And then down here, the Morsel Excavator can go in front, so it dies first. Train Steward goes in the back, and we can actually do some damage here. Wonderful. And our Train Steward does get purged. And then we win here. Great. How are you dying? Oh, because of the trample. Right. All right. So we won the first one, but we have a very, very weird start. All right. Whatever we get here is very, very important for whether this run has a chance. Immortal Trade we know is worthless. Prismal Dust, very nice. Hacked Morsels, it's not terrible, but I think we've got to take the Prismal Dust. So both Sacred Wicks and Purifying Cleanse seem pretty bad. Purifying Cleanse actually does nothing except apply Burnout, which is really bad. Sacred Wicks, the only thing it could reform is our champion, because that's the only thing that doesn't get purged when it dies. Reforming our champion might be good, but obviously we don't want it to die. So let's take Dripfall. Definitely thinking about Shadow Eater. The Crucible Collector is pretty bad because the Lifesteal does nothing. The Shadow Eater has 50 health, which is good. It takes up 3 space, which is bad. We might as well take the Shadow Eater. Oh, wait a minute. The Restore 10 health doesn't do anything on the Shadow Eater. Right. Right. What do we do? These are actually pretty bad overall, but one of the things that we could do is take it, use it in the next battle, and then whenever it dies it gets purged and we don't mind that it got purged. And if that's the case, maybe we take Crucible Collector to deal some damage. Okay. Crucible Collector, we're taking you with the intention of you being purged. Very strange. Very strange. You're a temporary addition to the deck. We definitely need a unit. A Remnant unit seems like a bad idea, so we're going to the right. Let's look at the Divine Temple. Twin Stone and Purge Stone. Don't feel like we need a Purge Stone here. Twin Stone could be very good. Could be very good depending on what we have to put it on. Oh, we don't have much money. That's not great. Power Stone doesn't go on anything. We could put an Ember Stone on something where we also put the Purge Stone. Or not the Purge Stone. The Twin Stone. So we could do Ember Stone, Twin Stone on Dripfall. Kind of like that. I'm down with that. So Dripfall gets that and this. So now we've got a Dripfall with Spell Chain and an Emberstone. Okay. We've got something. Oh man. We're gonna have to go left next time so that we can get an Umbra unit, because we definitely need units. We need units badly. Let's really hope, because whatever this unit is very, very important for this build. Shadow Siege. You know, it's unplayable because we can't fit it or afford it, so I don't think we can take it. But what's the unit essence? Plus 60 attack and 50 health, but 2 space. I think we have to take Morsel Master. And Morsel Master is not bad. It really isn't bad, so let's take a Morsel Master. The fact that it can die really easily is a problem for me, though. It is a problem. Man, how do we not have Morsel Master die? I'm not sure. We could actually engage Pact, because we've got Crucible Collector and Morsel Master. If we could have taken both the Morsel Master and the Shadow Siege, I would definitely have taken them both and sacrificed the Shadow Siege to the Morsel Master, honestly. Well, I think we move on. I think we might die in the next battle. Alright, let's go. I'm thinking about how we have our Morsel Master not die. I don't think we can do Retribution. There's no way we could do Retribution, so let's not turn that on. So the Crucible Collector, we expect you to die, we expect you to do damage to things as they go up the train. The Penumbra, if you didn't take up 4 space, then we could give you a Morsel Master and a Morsel, but as it stands right now, that doesn't really work. I want to put the Morsel Master on floor 2, but if we do, then it almost certainly dies during the Relentless phase, and we don't want that. One of the things that we could do is Dripfall our Morsel Master, eventually. That's such a weird idea. We do have Dripfall, so we can actually overstack a floor, but the floor that we overstack, we would want to be the center floor. If we put the Penumbra there, then we can't give it any morsels ever, which is bad. Let's play our Shade Splitter. Let's play a Shade Splitter first. 1 Shade Splitter, we get a Magma Morsel. That's pretty good. I'm thinking about playing the Prismal, or not the Prismal Dust. Oh, okay. I was under the assumption we had drawn Prism Retrieval. We had actually drawn Prismal Dust. Okay. In that case, I think it's fine if we put the Penumbra at the top right now. And we give it this Magma Morsel. So, put the Magma Morsel up there first, then the Penumbra, play the Crucible Collector at the bottom, because we're okay with it dying, and we want to play a Shade Splitter to give us a morsel to play. A Rubble Morsel, I'm fine with that. Okay. We need to get rid of some of the trash cards in our deck. We really do. Including that Sinner's Burden, but you know, that's not what I was talking about. So there's the Prism Retrieval. We have nothing to Prism Retrieve. We could play the Morsel Master. If we played the Morsel Master, it could just die later, which is the big problem. That is the big problem. Let's play our Shade Splitter first. We got another Magma Morsel. See, we can play a Morsel Master and then play a whole bunch of morsels. It's just that if we do that, the Morsel Master almost certainly dies in the Relentless phase, and we really can't have that. But if we don't play the Morsel Master, how does our champion survive? Because our champion only has 25 health. We do have Prismal Dust, and we can feed it one morsel a turn. I think we wait on Morsel Master. Simply because I can't imagine it surviving, and, you know, maybe later it will be better. We could even get rid of the Prism Retrieval, since the only thing it can retrieve is Morsel Master. Sure, let's get rid of it. Okay. We got another Sinner's Burden, of course. 2 Sinner's Burdens. We can Drip Fall. There's no reason not to Drip Fall, unless we want to play both Sinner's Burdens. But one of the things that we could do is we could Drip Fall a Reconciler to the bottom, so that the Crucible Collector could kill it, and we don't get another Sinner's Burden in the deck. I like that. Let's see what the Shade Splitter has in it first. We know we're going to play that. A Rubble Morsel. It's not great, but we will play it. Do you have enough damage to kill both of these? No. You need 2 more damage to kill both of them. But to be fair, this is only going to deal 2 damage to the Pyre as it currently stands. So that's not a big deal. Let's play the Drip Fall. We could play the Drip Fall on the Disciple Protector instead, because you do have enough to kill both of those, taking 3 damage, and we would get another Sinner's Burden. Another plan. We could play Drip Fall, putting the Reconciler in front and the Disciple Protector in back. I like that plan. So that means that the Disciple Protector gets Drip Fall in second. There we go. And then we can also play a Sinner's Burden. And a Hallowed Drippings because we want to consume that. Wonderful. Alright. How does our champion defeat the boss? I don't know. I don't know how our champion defeats the boss. The Crucible Collector is dying. We kind of planned for that to happen. We did kind of plan for that to happen. Okay, the Morsel Jeweler is probably what we need most on our champion. 3 health and a damage shield. That seems quite important. We could have even put it in front so it didn't take this damage. I feel dumb about that. Down here we can play the Rubble Morsels. So we have lots of Ember next turn, and we do a little bit more damage to the boss. Okay, what happens next? We could play Prismal Dust and apply 5 damage shield to our champion. I think that means we win. So let's do it. And then we don't play the Morsel Master, which is good, because we don't want the Morsel Master to die. Morsel Master is very important not to die. We do get to play a Shade Splitter here, but we don't need to, because we're already winning. Great. Alright. We won the second one. We made it 2 battles in. Which is honestly a little bit further than I expected us to get. We could get another Prismal Dust. We could get a Mine Collapse. Perils of Production is really not bad, especially with already having a Prismal Dust and lots of ways to make morsels. So I'm definitely thinking about Perils of Production. With a small deck, we could play that almost every turn. I like it. The Mine Collapse is good too. I think we want the Perils of Production right now. And then we could get a draft to get rid of. That would help us in the next battle a little bit. Or we could get molded, which means we could reform our champion. Which it seems pretty bad because it would get burnout. So I don't think we take that. I'll take a temporary draft. And we don't want to sacrifice it anything because it gives something burnout. So temporary draft to help us in the next battle. I wonder how much it will actually help. So we've got to go this way because the Umbra units are going to be almost surely superior to the Remnant units. And I don't know what we duplicate. We might duplicate Prismal Dust. We might. Let's go this way first and see what we get. And by see what we get, which one do I click on first? Let's click on the Divine Horde first. Guild Marker is not bad. Light's Gift is pretty decent with what our champion is currently doing. Keeps our champion alive longer. But I feel like Guild Marker might help us a lot more if we actually make it somewhere. I'm going to take Guild Marker. We have to make it past this battle, which is not guaranteed at all. I think I'm going to do the Umbra Banner unit next. Morsel Maker. Now, Morsel Maker is really good, especially along with a Morsel Master. And we've seen the Shadow Eater before, and we kind of know this is not the run for it. So, Morsel Maker we will get. That is something that we would be very happy to put alongside our champion at the top. And we could even sacrifice. So we could sacrifice the Morsel Master to the Morsel Maker later as well. And that would make the Morsel Maker kind of amazing. Alright. So we have sort of a plan. Sort of a plan. Is the plan going to work? Different question. Don't know. Concealed Caverns next. Give me something good. Oh, that's good. Alright. I'm happy about this. Let's press the button. Build a card. So, Frostbite, Sap, or Regen. Regen is worthless. So it's either Sap or Frostbite, which means we're putting it on an enemy. Frostbite means that we could kill one of the units at the bottom. One of the, like, conduit type units at the bottom. I like that. The snow. We don't want heal. Heal does nothing. We don't want buff because buffing the enemy is not good, so Jagged Lines. Ooh. Both of those are nice. I really like the card draw effect. The increased space is very important, but it's very important where our champion is, for the most part. So I think we do card draw. Okay, I like the orb. Let's take the orb. Frostbite 8, 30 damage, draw 1 next turn. That is an amazing, amazing card. Do we duplicate that card? Rather than Drip Fall or Prismal Dust. Maybe we duplicate the old magic. I kind of want to duplicate Prismal Dust, though, because the damage shield might be really good on our champion. Okay, what do we duplicate? I really kind of want to duplicate one of these, but I think it's a bad idea. We could duplicate the Morsel Maker, but, you know, how many Morsel Makers do we need, really? How many floors are we going to work on when our units get purged? Not sure. So I'm thinking Old Magic or Prismal Dust are the things that I'm thinking about duplicating. And I kind of like the Old Magic. Let's take Old Magic. And go into Talos the Architect. Alright. I have no idea how this is going to go. Talos attacks every turn. That's so painful, because our champion does not have a whole lot of health. Enemy units enter with Rage, which is also bad. Oh, we got the Morsel Maker and Penumbra combo on the first turn. We're definitely doing that. Okay, so definitely doing that. So Penumbra, Morsel Maker. Next, we've got Old Magic that we can play. Old Magic we should play. I do kind of want to hit the boss with it, but that's a bad idea. We should kill as many of these as we can as they're going up. So Old Magic, one of those. And that's it. Our champion is still kind of set to potentially die on the way, like as things are going up. We can play a Shade Splitter. We don't want to get rid of our Morsel Master. And the Morsel Master would die if we played it this battle. So I can't really think of something that we could do usefully except for maybe playing a Shade Splitter and deciding whether we have the Morsel just die this turn or not. Magma Morsel. It's not going to help the things that we could play later. So I guess we play Magma Morsel and just have it die. And let's play the Hallowed Drippings to consume it. And click End Turn. I wish our turns did more. The fact that they do so little is a real problem. It indicates how our deck is doing very, very poorly. We can Drip Fall. For example, we could Drip Fall the boss so we're not taking that 9 damage. We could. I kind of like that we're hitting the boss for so much, though. We could Drip Fall one of these and Old Magic the other one. We have lots of Ember. In fact, let's play the Perils of Production first. So we've got lots of Ember. We're going to do a little bit more damage to the boss because we did that. Next, I really want to save health on my champion. And I think that means Drip Fall. The Drip Fall does save health even next turn because the Rage wears off more. So that's good. This sweep right here is absolutely terrible for me. I don't like that sweep. We could play Old Magic to hope to Old Magic that one again next turn. Would that even kill it? It would not. Huh. I think we're going to have problems. Let's Drip Fall one of these guys, save essentially 2 health on our champion. Because I can't think of how Drip Fall does more other than Drip Falling the boss right now. So let's do that. We get another Drip Fall, of course. We could Drip Fall this one too, but I guess it does save another 5 health? I don't know. What does the Shade Splitter do for us? Shade Splitter is something that I actually want. The Umbra morsel. We could play that later. I'm thinking about playing it alongside my draft, so the draft could hit the boss for a little bit, basically. Now, what do we do old magic on? And what do we drip fall? We could drip fall this one. It would save another 2 health on the champion, basically. And we would do more to the boss right now. Sure. Drip fall you. And then old magic something. If we old magic one of these, it only saves 2 health on the champion doing that. Because they're going to have no rage by the time they get to the top. So I think we old magic one of these. One of the ones that's actually going to deal damage to our champion. Alright, and then we click end turn, and you know, it's not going great. Not yet. We do have a pretty small deck at this point that we're drawing from. We drew our drip fall again. That's kind of nice. And this is where I could play the draft alongside the Umbra morsel. But anywhere I put it, the draft just dies and does nothing. Unless we know because the boss is there. We would have to drip fall one of these and the boss in order to make that worthwhile. I guess I don't know what else we're doing with our drip fall. You are not dying, so you're going to deal 4 damage to our pyre. Our pyre doesn't have a lot of health. And when I said 4 damage to our pyre, I was accurate, yes. So 4 damage, 3 damage, that's 7, 8, 9 to the pyre is what we're looking at right now. Our champion is going to get some health back, which is good. Man, I can't play this draft anywhere. I guess what we could do is drip fall one of these guys again. It's just that, you know, can't do too much with drip fall that many times. Okay, well, we've got nothing else that we can do. So let's drip fall one of these. That saves 2 health basically on the champion. If we drip fall one of these, that's probably good, because the champion will kill this one next turn, and you'll be behind all of these, which is not too bad for you to be behind. Whereas if we don't drip fall you, then you end up doing 2 damage to the pyre or more. Okay, fine, let's drip fall you too. And then click end turn. There's so few things that we can actually do with our deck. That's not good. And our champion is kind of quickly dying. Which means Talos the Architect is probably going to kill us. Probably. None of these cards are useful. Let's play Hallowed Drippings to get rid of it. Don't know why we didn't get rid of that the first time through the deck. We should play Prism Retrieval this turn because there's no reason to keep having it in the draw pile. Heralds of Production kind of does nothing, but we'll play it anyway. That does make Prism Retrieval do more, I guess. So it didn't do nothing, it's just that... What is the Prism Retrieval going to do? It's going to get me the draft, make the draft super strong. But as nice as it is for the draft to be super strong, it just dies. If we place it anywhere, it just dies. Okay, well, we click the end turn button again because there's so little we can do. Okay, the Relentless phase. Our champion is getting 16 damage this turn. We did get the Prismal Dust, but the Prismal Dust doesn't save that much health. It really doesn't. Prismal Dust saves 10 health if we play it now. I think we should hold on to it and hope that we can do more later. Which means all we're playing this turn is old magic? That's terrible. I guess we could play the Shade Splitters. Shade Splitters will kill the morsels unless they're useful. And then we play old magic. So old magic could straight up kill the Disciple Protector. It could put Frostbite 8 on the boss, which is quite nice. Or it could give our champion 5 more health, which is also quite nice. If I knew how often I was going to play old magic where the champion was, I definitely would have done the +1 space on it, by the way. I wish I had known. So champion gets 5 more health. The Morsel Jeweler and Morsel and Rubble Morsel are pretty bad. But we can play them in the middle, and that means that there's a Morsel Jeweler there that could take a hit next turn. So perhaps we get to play our giant giraffe and have it actually hit the boss a little bit. It's possible. There's a small possibility of that. Prismal Dust, we're really hoping we draw that again at the right time. Okay, we got Drip Ball. That's good because we can daze the boss. And old magic can take you out. I think that's good. So, what else are we playing? We'll play a Shade Splitter. Shade Splitter... Yeah, there's no reason not to play a Shade Splitter. There's also very little reason to play a Shade Splitter. If we play the double Drip Ball, which we will do, we Drip Ball the boss twice. Oh, this Morsel Jeweler is messing me up, actually. How interesting. It's actually a problem that we played that Morsel Jeweler. Okay, we're definitely going to do this. Kill you. No matter how much we daze the boss, it doesn't do much because the Morsel Jeweler causes the boss to not be dazed when it gets to the next floor, because the Relentless phase causes the boss to do all of its attack before it gets there. So all we can do is do some damage with this Magma Morsel. A very slight amount of damage with the Magma Morsel. And then we hope very hard that we draw Prismal Dust. We did not draw Prismal Dust. And then we lose. And then we lose. Alright. We lose. So, because that one was so weird and so short, I am going to do another one, still with Evil Eyes, but with a different... Actually, let me stay with the clan combination. Stay with the clan combination, do a different expert challenge, because that one was a terrible expert challenge for this clan combination. I did get a new personal record, though. Heartless applied. 48. I don't know why the previous best says 0, because I definitely got an artifact before that applied Heartless. Anyway, let's do a new run. I've never clicked the new run button. What does new run button do? Okay, just brings me straight to this screen. Great, let's keep the same clan combination. Let's do Arcane Focus. What is Arcane Focus? Arcane Focus is you get fewer coins and your units are dazed for 2 turns, but use spell weakness to your advantage and you still might win. So we get half as much gold earned. Enemy units enter with spell weakness 1, and Friendly units enter with Dazed 2. Ouch. Dazed 2 is a lot. Alright, well, let's go. Same clan combination, let's try a different one. Arcane Focus, this is not the clan combination for that. Still this is not the right clan combination, but we're trying again. Molten Encasement times 2 is amazing. I like to see that. Crucible Extension, it's not bad. And the Mind Collapse, I like the Mind Collapse. Alright, Seraph the Chaste. Seraph will remove half of any buff and debuff effect stacks. That doesn't really go well with the fact that we've got Stealth 2, but okay, whatever. I guess Seraph will also remove its own spell weakness, which is also sad. Alright. Let's see what we get to do this time. Ho, we got Flicker's Liquor or Hell's Banners. Both of those are very good with this clan combination. I think Flicker's Liquor takes the cake, though. I don't think we need Split Anvil when we've got Flicker's Liquor. Exploding Candle, though. I like that. Alright, upgrade our champion. We could do Monstrous again, but honestly, I don't think we want to. Whereas this Glutton is very nice, because we're going to play lots of morsels, of course. Okay, we will turn Aggressive Amulet on. So we're getting a unit draft at the end of this one. Have to remember that the units start with Dazed 2. Mind Collapse is pretty nice. We could kill that middle one. That middle one is the worst. And it does have spell weakness, so we only need 1 Ember to kill that middle one. That's nice. Let's play the Penumbra. And Shade Splitter. Oh, right. We don't actually need the Slay from Mind Collapse, do we? We don't. Alright. Because Mind Collapse still does this much damage? Alright. Great. And then, let's play the Train Steward just to have it die. We don't need the Train Steward. So what does Exploding Candle do? Deal 5 damage to enemy units when a burnout unit dies. So this kills all of them. Nice. Shade Splitter, of course, we need to make our champion better. We don't get to kill the Collector. And then we could play this Drag to kill those too. Let's do that. That means that this Train Steward will actually survive to actually do something. A brief respite. So we know that we want the Molten Encasement at the top. Let's just do that now. We want this Train Steward... I guess we could put the Train Steward at the bottom. Put 2 Drags in front. Drag, Train Steward. So when the Drags die, they kill all of the other units that come with the boss. And deal some damage to the boss. Great, and we got the other Molten Encasement. We almost certainly want to put that at the top. Man, I like Crucible Extension with Flicker's Liquor. That's really nice. The Dreg goes down here. I guess we put it... It doesn't matter, because it has Burnout 2 and Dazed 2. So... The Crucible Extension already became free. Let's do that at the top, so we can play a Molten Encasement at the top. And then the Train Steward can go in the middle now. And we can Mind Collapse to just deal 3 damage. Which, considering that when this one dies, all of those die, I guess we hit the boss. Alright. Alright, we did get the Weight of Contrition, of course. We're going to get 2 more of those. But, well, let's play a Shade Splitter first. We only get to play 1 unit, so it's going to be this Magma Morsel. And then we're done. Alright, but we should be winning this one no problem. We get the Weight of Contrition, we play it. We can play the Mind Collapse. Did nothing. I knew it would do nothing. Don't know why I cared to play it. Alright. You know, this deck has promise. Already this deck has promise. We're doing so much better than the first one. So Excavation Eruption is pretty nice because we've got Flicker's Liquor. The Packed Morsels is not bad. I think we take Excavation Eruption. It works well with the spell weakness as well. We've got even another Molten Encasement. I want to take that. Let's take another Molten Encasement. Molten Encasements across the board. The Morsel Master. Let's take it again. So, Morsel Master we're taking. And let's figure out where we're going. So we could go Merchant of Steel. Merchant of Steel could helpfully affect Molten Encasements or Morsel Master. The Remnant Banner is pretty nice with Exploding Candle. Don't know what Umbra unit we care to get. The Merchant of Magic is pretty nice too because we've got a couple of good spells to put it on. We've got Mind Collapse and Excavation Eruption. Okay, yeah, let's go left. Especially because of the Remnant Banner. Peek in the Merchant of Magic. We don't have a lot, but we can buy a Power Stone. I don't know how much we care about Ember Stones. The Remnant unit... We could get Lady of the House, who will have Burnout 3. And Dazed 2. You know? Don't know what to do with that. I guess we really want a way to reform a unit. Yes, we do want a way to reform units. I'm going to take Lady of the House. It's kind of bad right now, which I didn't really consider how bad it was going to be. Well, there were a lot of other units that could have been good with Exploding Candle. Not so much Lady of the House. Now, Divine Horde. Fossilized Fangs is really good with our champion, so we'll take that. And Merchant of Magic. We'll take the Power Stone. Put the Power Stone on Excavation Eruption, probably. The Mind Collapse is good because it still does a lot of damage when it's at 0. I don't know, let's do a Mind Collapse, because then the Mind Collapse is good at 0. And I don't think we need an Ember Stone. Not with Flicker's Liquor. I guess we could put one on a Shade Splitter, because what else do you put on a Shade Splitter? I'll do that. Great, let's move on. I like this deck. I don't know that it has what it needs to go all the way, and I don't know how to make it have that, but I think we can do it. I'm fine with turning this on. We don't get a whole lot of money because of Tithe, but I'm fine turning this on. We need a drag in our opening hand. We got a drag in our opening hand. Alright, kill all of those. Great. Lady of the House is kind of pointless right now. I acknowledge that. Rubble Morsel will play first, and then our Penumbra. I want to play the Molten Encasement, but do we care to play it before we get our Penumbra really good? I guess we will. So, first Molten Encasement goes out. Lady of the House will play because what else are we going to do with her? We don't have a way to bring her back yet, but we probably will at some point. Oh, the Molten Encasement. Oh no. I made the dumb move of putting the Molten Encasement in front with a morsel in the back. That was so foolish. Well, you know what? That was actually pretty bad. I guess let's play the Morsel Master and have the Morsel Master do a bunch of stuff in the center. So, we're going to play Umbra Morsel and Magma Morsel in the center. So the Morsel Master is going to get big and strong. We can play a Train Steward. Let's play the Train Steward. And then the Mind Collapse can kill this one. Alright, end turn. So our champion is actually pretty bad this time because I made the foolish move to put it at the top. Foolish move to put it at the top. Let's play a Shade Splitter first. That will give me a Rubble Morsel, which we'll put here. And then we've got Crucible Extension, so we can do that on this floor. I like that. And then, because only one of our units does any damage, we should kill one of these with Mind Collapse. I guess we kill the one that does the most damage. And then what? We could play the Molten Encasement in the center, but I don't think I want to do that. Let's play another Molten Encasement at the top. How did both Molten Encasements die? Oh, one of them dealt 1 damage and yeah, one of them dealt 1 damage and got hit by the spikes. Right. So the stealth is kind of in a weird place. Now, 1 Dreg kills everything except for the boss. That's good. Now the Evacuation Eruption is free, so we should play that. It killed everything that this drag was going to kill. I mean, we kind of knew that would happen. Shade Splitter we play here, so that you get big and strong. The drag. What do we do with the drag? The fact that the High Priest to the Light has sweep is the worst part of this. So the Train Steward would do a total of 5 damage. The Dreg would do a total of 5 damage. So it's the same. Okay. Our Morsel Master is going to be rather good here. Especially if we can put a Molten Encasement in front of it. Alright. So, Molten Encasement first. And then, what do we put behind? The Dreg actually gets to do some damage. Actually, it only does 5. The Train Steward is dazed, so it won't get to do damage either. So I guess the Dreg is the best choice. How silly. Alright. But we're doing 155 damage. Do we play this Train Steward at the top? I don't care about playing the Train Steward. We'll be fine. Okay, we have to remember not to play our stealth-giving things until after we've played all of our morsels at the top. That's important. Alright, but we went through that one pretty much no problem. We didn't even take any damage. There is a Prismal Dust, there is Immortal Trade, which I do like. And there's Packed Morsels, which is always kind of fun. Let's take Packed Morsels. I'm pretty happy about having more morsels. There's a molded to reform units. And there is Subsuming Blade. I really enjoy Subsuming Blade. It works really well with the Arcane Allergy. I think I'm going to take Subsuming Blade over Molded this time. Even though I kind of want a Molded, I think this Subsuming Blade might be good. Alright, we could get a Remnant unit, which is not terrible. There's also a free artifact this way. We've got almost no money, so the left is not great. Let's go to the right. Let's peek in the Divine Temple first. We see an Extreme Stone and a True Stone. We like those a lot. Yeah, we like those. We're probably going to do that before we go here, just in case we get a duplicate in our concealed caverns. Let's get a Remnant unit. Another Lady of the House. I think we skip these. For 5 gold. Yeah, whatever. We skip those. And then gain an artifact. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Let's get it. Okay, what are we putting Extreme Stone and True Stone on? What are we putting those on? Subsuming Blade, we could put the Extreme Stone on Subsuming Blade, and it would be pretty nice. The Excavation Eruption, is probably the best for the True Stone. Let's do both of those. So Subsuming Blade does a lot of damage, and we want to slay things with it as often as we can. Excavation Eruption now has Piercing, which is great. Okay, and now I want to mainly remove cards from the deck, which is going to be a little bit hard. A little bit hard. Concealed Caverns, let's see what we get. A Penance Yard. So, Ember Stasis isn't amazing. Penitent Remains we've liked before. We've liked it before. The Weathered Coalstones we don't really like. Do we want Penitent Remains? It does make our morsels... Well, actually, with the Dazed 2, it does not make our morsels very good, honestly. I don't think we want any of these. We could take the Ember Stasis because it would be easy to purge all of the calcified embers. Sure, let's do that. It'll be easy to purge those, and it's better to have the Ember Stasis than not for when we get random Blight cards in the future. So, that was a weird choice, but it was a choice that made some amount of sense in my head. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Talos the Architect. Empowering Offense. The worst part about this is that she attacks every turn. Do we get a drag in our opening hand? We do not. We got a Lady of the House, which is not great yet, so we probably just play it. Let's play our Shade Splitter. And we're going to play both Shade Splitters, so might as well play them, along with our Penumbra. Yeah, our Penumbra is great. Lady of the House, we could play it at the bottom and just have her die. Sure, just have her die. Oh, you get the Slay, so you get armor. How sad. The Morsel Master. I like the Morsel Master at the top. Let's play the Shade Splitter first. then the Morsel Master, then the Magma Morsel? Sure. And then we've got our Subsuming Blade, which can kill anything because of the spell weakness. So if we just kill this one, it dies. Is that one that we care to kill, though? Because it only does 2 damage, and our Penumbra will very easily kill it. So maybe we should kill the ones that do 3 damage when they get to the top? That seems so weird, but I guess it's technically better, right? Now let's kill this one. These die from dregs, which we might play sometime. And then Train Steward, don't get killed by Talos, get killed by these. Shade Splitter first. Shade Splitter first. Let's play the Morsel Excavator up here. That made the Calcified Ember free. We will purge that from the deck. Do we do it and hit the boss, though? I mean, sure. Hit the boss, why not? And then the Mind Collapse we could use to kill one of these. And then we want the Trade Steward and the Dreg to just die. So let's have them die. If we get a Dreg this turn, it will be great. We did. Alright. Huzzah. Dreg kills all of them. We did get the Calcified Ember again. It would be very nice to use that to kill this back one, which has the sweep, but, you know, we can't force that to happen, so we won't. And then is now the time that we play the Molten Encasement. We don't have a morsel this turn, and it will die this turn. So, sure. It's very little benefit, but I don't think that we'll have enough turns to get much benefit anyway. Packed Morsels, there we go. Packed Morsels. We have enough space to play one of them at the top, because we actually get 2 of them. I guess let's take the Damage Shield. Damage Shield on our champion. We can play the Dreg at the bottom, that'll cause the Trusted Priest to die. The Excavation Eruption can kill this one, or hit the boss for a whole lot. Let's kill this one, because it's currently killing both of my morsels. And then Mind Collapse does not a whole lot. I guess we play the Train Steward and the 2 morsels behind it. And then what? Mind Collapse you or Mind Collapse the boss? I guess Mind Collapse you. Because my units survive, which I guess is useful. Okay, the Calcified Ember is good. I think we just want to play Dregs in front. So let's play a Dreg first. Let's play the Shade Splitter, because then we'll have enough for everything in our hand. And the Rubble Morsel, there we go. We didn't play the Molten Encasement, though. Probably should have considered playing that instead. Oh well, let's play the Calcified Ember, get it out of the deck. And then we could play the Molten Encasement here. It's kind of a weird choice. I might rather play a Dreg. And we'll have this Molten Encasement to hopefully draw it. Although we don't really need to. We certainly beat the boss already. The Subsuming Blade, great. let's play a morsel first, so that Subsuming Blade becomes free. Those are the same morsel. Alright, whatever. And then we can play the Train Steward here. It just dies. Even if we put a Rebel morsel in front of it, it just dies because it's dazed. But Subsuming Blade kills this one and increases permanently. Great. And then we should easily win. We do easily win. Alright, great. Well, this is going pretty well so far. I think the Morsel Master with our champion is quite good. I think that we want more space. The Remnant Pact can apply Endless to a friendly unit. We want that on our stealth units. Forever Consumed is fine. The Umbra Stone is pretty good, honestly. But I think we want the Remnant Pact. Do we care about any of these? Not particularly. Not particularly. The Crucible Warden is really nice with Fossilized Fangs, so that's the only one I'm really considering. Crucible Warden with the Fossilized Fangs, along with our champion and the Morsel Master. You know, it's not bad. Getting all of that damage shield, you know it's not bad. Alright, we will take it. And I said I wanted space. We certainly don't need Fell's Remorse. Herzl's Compound would of course be good, but I think I want space. Now, the Unstable Vortex is very important to me. We could duplicate Subsuming Blade, which is not bad. The other side doesn't do a whole lot, except for Merchant of Magic, but we can get a little bit more money before we go there. So let's go here. Umbra unit first. Ooh. The Overgorger. You know I want it. But Morsel Master again? Also kind of good. Let's take another Morsel Master. I'm very happy to sacrifice that to another unit. And then upgrade the champion. This is an easy choice. We don't want Monstrous. We do want Glutton. Unstable Vortex is really easy. We don't care for the Train Stewards. Train Stewards are bad. Even worse when they're dazed. And then we duplicate something. I'm kind of thinking about duplicating Crucible Extension, but I think what I really want to duplicate is our Subsuming Blade. Let's duplicate it. It's got piercing, it does 41 damage already. Let's duplicate it. And then move to the next battle. Enemy units enter with Spell Shield 2. What spells care about that? Excavation Eruption does not. Mind Collapse does. So the Mind Collapse cares, but that's it. I think let's turn it on. I don't like the clipped Conduit, though. The haste is a real problem. We want time for our units to stop being dazed, for one. Like, for example, right now, actually, we can kill it with the drag. Nice. Alright. So because we've got Morsel Master already, we're going to not play the Morsel first. We're going to play the Penumbra, Morsel Master, and then whatever this morsel is. A Rebel Morsel. You know, at least it makes up for the Ember Drain. Though I didn't care about the Ember Drain that much. Let's put the Train Steward at the bottom. We really don't care about it. I really hate that we don't get to kill Collectors ever. because we're dazed on the turn that the Collector comes out. So this is another good time to play a dreg, because it kills the... Oh, it doesn't kill the back one because it has a damage shield. How unfortunate. Let's play a Lady of the House. And should we play a Molten Encasement? Should we? I tend to want to put those where my champion is. I don't know. We will play the Crucible extension, though. I want the Molten Encasements at the end, really. So let's not worry about it. Let's play it later. I think taking the Lady of the House was a bad idea. So, you guys are very annoying. You're getting to the top, taking almost no damage, as it currently stands. The Mind Collapse doesn't do anything here. Let's play Shade Splitter first. Another Rebel Morsel, okay. The Rebel Morsels are not doing much for me either. So we can play the Subsuming Blade to kill this front one, and that would make it so that we do a lot of damage to the middle one. And then we have to use the Pyre to kill them, though. Still probably a good idea, once it's free, though. What are we going to do? Do we play another Morsel Master at the top? Or do we play a Morsel Master where the Crucible Warden is, which is going to be the center? Crucible Warden with the Morsel Master, or another Morsel Master at the top. I think we want the Crucible Warden and the Morsel Master. Now Subsuming Blade is free. Then we can play Rebel Morsel up here. And Subsuming Blade to kill you definitely seems like the right plan. So now, unfortunately, we're doing 2 less damage than I would like, because that'll take us 2 hits for the Pyre to kill you. Sad. But anyway, let's take off the spell shield on one of these. Which I guess is going to be you. Okay. We need our Mind Collapse. We could have played the Morsel Master at the top to deal 10 more damage to that guy. I should have considered that, because that was 6 health on our Pyre. Where is our Excavation Eruption? Still in there. We got Packed Morsels, which I really like. And more Shade Splitter. So, what do we want on our champion? We want... I guess we mainly want attack. So let's put a bunch of attack on our champion. Let's put a drag somewhere. Currently the Lady of the House is killing that one because she burns out. We could put a drag at the top to kill those back 2, rather than playing 2 Magma Morsels. But I really like the 2 Magma Morsels, especially because you're bad. I feel like we should play Subsuming Blade on you, because that would bring you down to 98. Okay, here's the plan. Magma Morsel here. And then we play Dreg in front. So we kill the back one. The back 2. And then we've got to play Subsuming Blade on this, which means we can't get the Slay. But I really don't want you hitting the Pyre, so we will play it. And then we've got morsels to put other places. The morsel that I want you to have is Magma Morsel. You get 2 of those. And then we put these 2 morsels down here. Okay. The Lady of the House is not great. I will admit that the Lady of the House was a poor decision. What do we do with this hand? You are going to die to my top unit, probably. If we give him a Rebel Morsel, he'll gain a lot. He will gain a lot with a Rebel Morsel. But maybe we should play the Molten Encasement. No, let's wait on it. The Molten Encasement can actually go in the center, so that your damage shield doesn't get taken. Kind of like that. And then the Dregs and the Train Steward. They can go at the bottom. Dregs and Train Steward at the bottom. We really need to get rid of those Train Stewards. And we don't need as many Dregs as we have. The Remnant Pact. There we go. So we're going to play this Molten Encasement in the center. Let's play the Shade Splitter first, because it's free. And of course we're playing it up here. Let's play the Molten Encasement in the center. And put the Remnant Pact on it. So after it dies, we'll get to play it at the top two at the very end. Excavation Eruption. And then Mind Collapse just takes away your spell shield. One of them, anyway. I feel like our champion crushes. And I like our champion crushing. Huh. We actually did not draw any morsels to play, so we have to actually play for our spells. I guess we could play Subsuming Blade. We could play it to kill our own unit. And that means that it will increase. I like that. There we go. Now Subsuming Blade increased in damage a little bit. And then our champion absolutely crushes at the top. We even got another Subsuming Blade, but it doesn't do enough damage yet. Shade Splitter, of course. Rebel Morsel. Let's try the other one. Morsel Jeweler. I like that one. Alright, and Mind Collapse and Subsuming Blade. We tried. Alright, I think our deck can take out bosses quite easily. It does have some trouble taking out things that are going up, because we don't deal enough damage to kill all of them. Cave-In? Huh. Do we want Cave-In? It's certainly interesting, but I don't know what the point would be to Cave-In. Grovel is not bad. I would take a Grovel. I kind of like morsels all the time, so let's take a Grovel. Memento Mori is not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. Sacred Wicks. Sacred Wicks actually gets back Our Lady of the House and a Dreg. Or a Molten Encasement. You know, it's not bad. Sacred Wicks does something. Memento Mori probably does a fair amount. But I think let's take Sacred Wicks. And where do we go here? I want to go to the Unstable Vortex, and we haven't been to a Merchant of Steel yet. I would prefer to go to one. Let's do it. Peek in the Divine Temple. Seek Stone could go on... Nothing that I care to put it on. Engage Pact, we could sacrifice something. Sacrificing a Dreg to the Molten Encasement, to a Molten Encasement, is not bad. But I was kind of thinking about sacrificing a Morsel Master to our Crucible Warden. And I think I want to do that. Let's do it. Sacrifice the Morsel Master to the Crucible Warden. And then I don't think we take either of the other two. Let's remove 2 Train Stewards. We don't want those. Let's take this small amount of money. And we could large stone our Crucible Warden. I do like large stones. I would be happy to put that on Crucible Warden. Let's large stone our Crucible Warden. And then do we strength stone it as well? Surely don't care about putting strength stone or shield stone on anything else. So let's put a strength stone on Crucible Warden. Okay, and we still have enough money to purge a card and get this shield stone. I don't know how much I care about the shield stone. We don't really need it on Morsel Master. Putting it on Lady of the House is a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird. But we might. I don't know. Let's purge a card. We're purging probably a drag, or we could purge Lady of the House. Lady of the House hasn't been doing much. I do like my Shade Splitters currently. Would I rather purge a drag or a Lady of the House? I guess let's purge a drag. And then let's put a shield stone on my Lady of the House. If we're going to have the Lady of the House, let's put something on it. Okay, that was something, it wasn't much. And then Divine Temple. We already did that. Let's go to the next battle. Ooh, I do not like the Sycophants of Seraph with the Crystal Cloak. Heaven Seal could be bad. Like, any time that we have 2 of these units, the Clipped Guardians, on the same floor, the Heaven Seal could be real bad for us. So let's not turn Heaven Seal on. Although before I do that, let me check. Check my notes. With Sycophants of Seraph, do we ever get that? There's a time that we've got 4 Sycophants and a Clipped Defender. Yes. Well, there's a time that there's 2 Clipped Defenders together, but not a Clipped Guardian. I don't know why they're showing Clipped Guardian here, because according to my notes, the Clipped Guardian only shows up once. Whereas Clipped Defenders show up multiple times. Okay, we can actually turn this on, is what I decided there. Let's turn it on. Oh boy, that's a pretty bad set. 3 of them got extra health. It'll take multiple drags for us to kill those. We got our Morsel Master and our Penumbra, but we didn't get a Morsel, which is unfortunate. We did get Crucible Extension, though, which is good. Okay, we really needed... Oh, right. We only killed 1 of them with the drag, didn't we? Oh no. Oh my gosh, that is a terrible set of units, actually. I did not think about how poor that was. We have as much Ember as we're going to need, so let's play this drag. Let's play Lady of the House behind it. Lady of the House is going to start contributing soon, I think. Then let's play the Shade Splitters. what do we want on our champion? Right now, we really want health. We want health very badly. Getting another lifesteal isn't terrible. So we're definitely playing an Anti-Umbra morsel. That effectively gives you, well, it says right there, you're getting 28 health. 28 health allows you to survive these, but only barely. Only barely. Do we want even more health on our champion? Or do we want to give more lifesteal? I think we want more health for right now. So, there we go. Our champion's getting lots of health. We are going to kill 2 of those on the next floor. We don't really get to kill the 3rd one unless I draw a spell that kills it. So, let's hope. Down here we can play the rest of our morsels. Okay. We need to remove more cards in this deck. Or increase our draw, but removing cards might be the easiest way to do this. Okay, we did get some things. Let's play the Shade Splitter first. We got a Rubble Morsel. Not my favorite. So I think we play the Crucible Warden Morsel Master in the center. And then we play a Rubble Morsel with it. You don't get to kill anything because you're dazed. Of course you don't. So, now we play Grovel. Let's apply Damage Shield to you. Sure. Damage Shield on you. Now we have to decide what we kill. So these morsels are going right here. We can either kill this one, or we could kill this one. Those are the 2 choices. There's good reasons to do either of those 2 things. So, reason to kill this one is we don't get the damage this turn. We've got another turn to deal with these 2. Reason to kill this one. If we don't kill this one, and we can't kill it next turn, then this is the one that goes and hits the pyre. We'd rather take the 18 damage that this would deal to the pyre than the ridiculous amount of damage that this would deal to the pyre. So, how much do we believe that we have what it takes to kill that other one next turn? We have another Subsuming Blade in the deck. We have 2 Mind Collapses, which either of them could kill it. And we've got an Excavation Eruption that could kill it. So we've got 4 things in our 13-card deck that could deal with that. But if we don't deal with it, we die. So it's either take 18 damage this turn, or we've got a small percentage chance to just die in this battle. Alright, let's choose the safer option. Safer option it is. Let's take the 18 damage and guaranteed not die in this battle. Okay, this next floor, do we have any dregs left? Oh man, all 3 of them got the shard enhanced? Having 90 pack shards here is not great. So we did get a dreg, which means we can play a dreg here, which kills some of this. Play the Shade Splitter next. Oh no. We're gonna take more damage on our pyre. Is it enough to kill us? It might be. Well, we actually have... We didn't draw any of the 4 things, so we made the right choice, but that means that we have an extremely high chance to draw 2 of them next turn. I think we play the Rubble Morsel at the top. And I think we play this Molten Encasement. In the middle? Up there? Yeah, in the middle up here, and put the Remnant Pact on it. Okay. Well, we're going to use a spell next turn to survive. But it's only because of the spell that we get next turn that we get to survive. We got a few spells. So we can add some Molten Encasements. Let's play 2 Molten Encasements here. Next, we get to play... We can play a Mind Collapse on you, and then do just fine. So this Mind Collapse deals 12 damage, kills that one. Now we're killing everything at the top. Second thing, we want to kill more here. The Subsuming Blade kills one of these, gets stronger. The Mind Collapse kills one of these. And then we're guaranteed to draw our Excavation Eruption next turn, which is important, because I've wanted it the whole battle, basically. The entire battle, I've wanted Excavation Eruption. Let's play Shade Splitter first, and then what do we play next? I guess we play the Dreg, because it kills the Sycophant back there. And it wastes one of your stealth. We got the Excavation Eruption. We actually don't need to play it at the top anymore. It would save health on the champion, but the champion has so much health. The Molten Encasements I'm trying to figure out what we do with, though. I think we play one of them in the center this turn. Which means we're not playing the Umbra morsel in the center. Playing that at the top, apparently. Which means you're gaining all the health back that you would lose. Okay. Let's play the Excavation Eruption down here then. If we play this Molten Encasement, it removes more of your stealth. I think that's worth it. Let's play it. The fact that my Morsel Master does 10 damage has been very helpful this battle. Very helpful. Okay, we're dealing 188 damage. Let's just play a couple of morsels at the top. Damage shield morsels? Sure. And then we ran out of space. But we also absolutely guaranteed win. Because you're using all of your stealth here because of my stealth. And then you die here very quickly. Great. Okay, we did take 18 damage, which was real scary. We got Encased Ember. Gain 5 Ember when a Tomb unit dies. We have so many Tomb units. I don't know what we're going to do with the Ember that we get out of that, but we have so many Tomb units. I'm thinking that we don't take any of these, although the Ember Cache is very interesting to me. Maybe we take Ember Cache. Alright, fine. Taking Ember Cache. I said we need to remove cards. Intent on Death is not bad. Another Subsuming Blade is kind of pointless. Let's take Intent on Death. Alright. I added 2 more cards instead of removing cards, because I'm very bad at not adding cards. The Merchant of Trinkets is pointless. You know, that 20 Pyre health is kind of nice, but let's go to the right. Let's remove 2 cards, since I keep adding cards. I think the Lady of the House is kind of bad, but I think I'd rather remove Dregs. The Dregs are getting a lot worse. They're not terrible, but I think they're getting a lot worse. So let's remove 2 Dregs. Let's peek in the Divine Temple. I see another True Stone, which we could add to a Mind Collapse. I might add that to that Mind Collapse. Value Stone seems pointless. I'll consider the True Stone. We're at 90 pack shards, so that might be the last 10. Merchant of Magic, let's peek in here first. Keepstone would have been amazing, but we just don't have the money because of Tithe and Starry Suffering. That's why we have so little money. Surge Stone. Surge Stone we don't want. Kinda don't want any of these. Okay. Let's take the artifact. The Guild Marker. Guild Marker does reduce costs. Not by enough for us to care. Maybe we take Cleansing Water. Because Guild Marker is a lot worse with Tithe. Okay. Do we buy an Ember Stone? If we did, we could put it on Ember Cash, which is fine. We could put it on one of the Subsuming Blades. I don't know, Ember hasn't been a problem, is the thing. We could put it on Mind Collapse as just 10 more damage. That's actually pretty good. Put it on Mind Collapse for 10 more damage. Which one, though? Because we're going to get a True Stone as well. Let's put it on... Let's do this. So we're going to have one of these have a True Stone. Both of them effectively have Power Stones. And both of them are the same. So, you get the piercing. Okay. Next battle. Archus Darkness Incarnate. Blinding Dark Shard and Looming Dark Shard. So the Blinding Dark Shard applies Dazed to our units when we rally, which is bad because we already get dazed. The Looming Dark Shard applies Ember to spells when we play a spell. Both of those are probably the worst that we could come up against. Probably. Let's see if we can survive. Oh man. We do have Mind Collapse, but playing our Penumbra at the top, it will have Dazed 3, so it doesn't even get to kill one of these. We, of course, will anyway, but man, has Dazed 3, so it doesn't hit the first 3 waves. Or the first wave, I mean. You will go here. Lady of the House goes at the bottom. And Mind Collapse kills one of you. Sure. So another one will die never. We don't kill them except with spells. Because all of our units are dazed as they go up. There's our Morsel Master. Unfortunately, the Morsel Master... Oh, never mind. The Blinding Dark Shard is gone. Okay. Morsel Master goes here. Actually, Shade Splitter first. Not playing at the top 4, though. Shade Splitter first. Then we play Morsel Master. Then we play Shade, the Magma Morsel. Now, we want to play the Crucible Extension at the top, but we don't want to play it until after we play Excavation Eruption. We'll play the Molten Encasement in the middle, or not at all. We could play it not at all, save it for later. Where do we play the Excavation Eruption? It's either in the middle or the bottom. If we play it at the bottom, we might hit the boss, which we don't really want to hit with it. We could just play it in the middle. Sure. Didn't feel very significant anywhere. Okay. Well, that back unit at the bottom is the worst thing right now. Because, well, actually, as it stands, we're probably killing it. As long as you have enough damage, which you probably do after the Shade Splitter. You know, you're getting more damage, but not a lot more damage. We're gonna have to deal with you. The Blinding Dark Shard is pretty bad because I can't play the Dreg or the Molten Encasement in the middle. We can play the Dreg at the bottom. Let's play the Dreg at the bottom. And play the Molten Encasement at the bottom. And give it the Remnant Pact. It's not great, but it's also not terrible. So we'll do it. It'll die probably next turn, with probably nothing behind it. Okay, so do we kill the front unit with our champion? I think we might be 1 damage short. Let's look. So we are 1 damage short, but we did get a Subsuming Blade. Huh. Not great. There's also no good place to play the Shade Splitter. Because anywhere we play it, we're going to increase the costs. Or give armor. I guess the armor is not the worst. So let's give you armor. And then play the Umbra Morsel. Currently we're taking 9 damage on the Pyre, unless we play Subsuming Blade. I think we're going to play Subsuming Blade then. So if we play Subsuming Blade, one of the problems here is that if we play it to hit this one, which does the Slay, you gain 10 armor, which is enough that you no longer die. So we actually have to play it... Or we could play the Dreg at the top. Oh, the Dreg. The Dreg solves this problem, doesn't it? We put the Dreg at the top, it dies, both of those die. Okay, great. That was a puzzle to me. Anyway, Subsuming Blade can now kill... It can't kill you, but it can kill you. Let's just kill something with Subsuming Blade. We'll play the Molten Encasement here, and do Intent on Death. Okay. I want my middle one to deal more damage, I think. My middle guy needs to deal more damage, so we need to give him a morsel. Oh, it gave stealth to itself, so we can't actually play morsels in the middle right now, because this has stealth. How sad. You're not great either. Okay, let's play the Shade Splitter. Rubble Morsel has to go at the top, really. And then... Currently, you're surviving. I guess we play a Molten Encasement in the middle? I guess we play this Molten Encasement in the middle. And then Subsuming Blade... We're not going to get the Slay, because we really need this one to die, I think. If we hit it with this first, then the spell weakness goes away. But we need this one to die. So let's play Subsuming Blade and Mind Collapse. And then we need to deal with you guys next, which is also a problem. because our champion only kills one thing. We're really good at killing bosses. We're not so great at most other things right now. Okay, let's start with packed morsels. We have so much ember. We have so much ember. Alright. Well, we can play all of our cards. Grovel can give damage shield to champion, I guess. Our champion actually has lifesteal, so doesn't do anything on our champion. If we do it here, our spells will cost more, but we don't have many spells left to play, so let's play our other spells first. Okay, so now we can play Grovel here. Now what do we do? Because if we play any morsels in the middle, then the morsels just die and give things armor, which is bad for us. We can play 2 morsels at the top. We could play a molten encasement in the middle, just continue to give stealth, which seems pointless. Seems pointless. Let's play the morsel miner at the top. We know we want to do that. What else do we want to do at the top? The problem is we need spells to deal with these guys, and we don't have the spells currently. I think I let the endless molten encasement go. Do we play these morsels? I guess we do play them at the bottom. We could play a morsel in the middle and it would just die. And then these guys would gain armor. Okay, we just play these morsels at the bottom. Doesn't matter the order, we want them to die, basically. Oh, that gives you armor. Well, you're not the problem 4. The problem 4 is the middle 4. Because we can kill the front one, we can't kill the second one. If we can get spells to kill the second one, we will be doing much better. Okay, so start with Excavated Ember. We got both of our Subsuming Blades. That's actually pretty nice. This Subsuming Blade almost kills you, but it does kill the second one. Oh, there we go. Let's play a Shade Splitter first. Shade Splitter, Shade Splitter, Shade Splitter. So many Rebel morsels. Okay. There's no reason to put morsels in the center when we still have stealth on our Molten Encasement. I'm noticing that putting the Molten Encasement in the center early is not a good idea. I will learn that for next time. In the meantime, I guess we play a Morsel Jeweler and a Rebel Morsel here. And we will play a Rebel Morsel in the center. They will... Nope, we won't, because they would just die and give armor. Okay. Well, Subsuming Blades. First one kills you. The second one kills you. Okay. We're doing well. So far in this battle, we're doing well. We basically have every remaining wave handled, and the boss wave is no problem at all. Do we put our Molten Encasement in the center? Yes, we do. Or do we do our Shade Splitter in the center? Actually, with only the boss left, let's do our morsels at the top. I wouldn't mind having more morsels, though. So we'll play a Molten Encasement in the middle. The one that has Endless. And then Crucible Extension, the top does something, I guess. Sure, the top. And then Mind Collapse does... With the spell shield on the boss, it doesn't do much. Let's just kill this one. Okay. Alright. We've got a lot of stealth in the center. And we have Sacred Wicks in our hand, which I think is interesting. We're going to play it. Let's see what it gets back. A Dreg and a Morsel Jeweler. So we could play the Morsel Jeweler in the center. But because these guys have stealth, the boss would just kill it. So we played at the top again. Basically, having multiple Molten Encasements played early is not the best. You will go at the top too. The drag doesn't go anywhere, and we Mind Collapse the boss. Alright. We actually do a fair amount of damage in the center, only because of the stealth. I didn't really power up our Gorger there, our Crucible Warden, like I wanted to. But we powered up the top, so we just win here. Okay, how is this deck doing? It's doing weird. It's doing weirdly. I don't think we want Wretch. Sacrificial Resurrection is not the best for this deck, because even though I like it for removing blights, it's kind of bad for a lot of other things. Because if you have cards that you don't want to play now, but you want to play them later, it's bad. And that's a thing that we have in this deck. I think we actually just skip this time. First time we just skip, right? Could do another Light of Seraph, but I think we really do need Herzl's Compound. Okay, I want to go right because we get to remove more cards. The Merchant of Magic isn't bad. And honestly, we could use the Pyre Health. Alright, we're going to the right. Let's look at the Merchant of Magic first. Another Keepstone that we cannot afford. Man, would have loved to have those Keepstones. Take the Pyre Remains. The Dark Forge is easy. Actually, is it easy? Because we actually do want Monstrous because of the Trample. Huh. Maybe we want Monstrous for the Trample. The main problem with this is the last Divinity fight. Because in the last Divinity fight, we don't get to play at the top. We have to play in the center? Oh no. How do we play in the center and not have our units die from the last Divinity immediately? The last Divinity fight is the problem. We basically need our stealth unit. But if we have Monstrous... If we have Monstrous, we have not enough space at the top to play our champion... Or in the center, I mean. We don't have enough space to play our champion, the Morsel Master, and some other things. Man, we really hope that we get Molten Encasement for the last Divinity fight, basically. The Trample is so helpful. Is it more helpful than a little bit more Gorge? I mean, it is, it's just that the space is a problem. Let's get a little bit more Gorge. I'm worried about the last Divinity fight. Divine Temple has Extreme Stone and Seek Stone. Ooh. Okay, so Seek Stone... We could put the Seek Stone... Well, we can't put it on Molten Encasement. But we could put it on the Crucible extension and have more space immediately. I think that's very important. Let's do it. So, Crucible extension, we need you at the beginning. extreme stone. You know I want it. We could make our subsuming blades better. Or we could make excavation eruption better. But I think the subsuming blades being better would be good. If we had enough money to buy the keep stone, we could put it on a subsuming blade. But we don't. And that's just sad. So since we don't, let's remove cards. I think we don't remove Lady of the House. Because in the last Divinity fight, if we put it in front of our champion, then our champion would survive longer. And that might be crucial if we don't get a Molten Encasement in time. The problem, of course, is we want to play morsels, so our champion actually gets better. Oh man, this is so hard. I think we remove two more dregs. Have no more dregs. No more dregs. Do I really want that? Compared to removing Lady of the House. I really like the Shade Splitters. I think the dreg is worse than a Shade Splitter. So, remove dregs. Okay, now that we've made that decision, which was hard. Power Stone and Ember Stone. Or purge another card. Extreme Stone. Let's get the Extreme Stone. I want to put that on a subsuming blade. And then what? I mean, we could actually engage Pact and go super crazy. But we don't really want to. Yeah, we don't really want to. So let's go Merchant of Magic. Let's get a Power Stone. Put it on the other subsuming blade, so that both of them are pretty good. Emberstone goes on a Mind Collapse. This one. Actually, maybe we want it on the piercing one. No, let's put it on this one. Wait a minute, the Mind Collapse is terrible with Emberstones. The Emberstones... I was thinking about something else, which we've already fully upgraded. We've fully upgraded the Excavation Eruption? Or no, we haven't. Oh, I put an Emberstone here thinking that it did a lot more. It only does 3 more with an Emberstone. Alright, whatever. 3 more damage. That's so little. Alright, next one. I'm feeling like we don't have what we need to win. Aggressive Amulet seems bad. Let's not turn that on. The 200 gold, though. 200 gold. Could be really important. But we can't turn it on. That bottom unit has 30 health. Ick. Okay, well... let's play Penumbra. Morsel Master. Crucible Extension. And then the Crucible Warden goes in the center. Do we put the Molten Encasement up there? I think we do. Well, no, we want it later. Okay, what are we doing? We've got Grovel. Grovel's not bad. We've got Packed Morsels. Let's do that first. So, for our champion, we might want health first. For the Crucible Warden, we want probably damage shield. Because you're going to get a lot of damage shield. Yeah. Get some more damage shield. We should have played the Shade Splitter before we did that. Okay, so we don't care about the Morsel Excavator. We care about Umbra Morsel and Magma Morsel for our champion. So our champion gets strong fast. And then we've got to play Mind Collapse. It can kill this one, the 30 health one, and that is important. But I don't know how we kill the Gilded Wing right now. The Gilded Wing is a problem too. Let's play the Lady of the House at the bottom. It'll eventually do something. In fact, let's give you a damage shield, and then we can play a bunch of things for Our Lady of the House. Now, Mind Collapse. I think we've got to hit the 30 health one. Okay. We don't yet do enough damage to kill this one going up right now. Oh no. We don't really do enough damage to deal with this Gilded Wing. Well, let's start with Shade Splitter. We got a Rubble Morsel. Not the most important. We are going to put it at the top. This Molten Encasement we could apply Endless to and play Intent on Death, which is really interesting because it would be dazed forever. Sacred Wicks can't get back anything. How much damage are you going to do to the Pyre? We need to deal you 130 damage. Ooh, you're going to hit the Pyre 4 times? That hurts. You're going to deal 40 damage to my Pyre. We don't play any of these. Unless we play Molten Encasement. And put Endless on it. But we kind of don't want that because we want to draw our spells. So I think we play none of these. Because we need our damage spells so that we survive the next turn, which is a bad turn for us. We just took half of our Pyre's health and damage. Okay. We did get some good things. Let's play Shade Splitter first. Shade Splitter. We kind of have to see what you make free, because we might have to play Excavation Eruption. We could play the Self-Mutilation first, one of them, and then play the Morsel Jeweler. Alright, the Excavation Eruption at the top helps a lot. Great. Top taken care of. Next, Subsuming Blade in the center. We could kill the front one, which is important to kill. I do want to kill the back one too, of course, but I can't. If we kill the front one, then we take care of the Gilded Wing next turn, and the Purifier gets to the top. So, you know, that's the best we can do currently. We need more than one unit to deal a lot of damage. Okay, Shade Splitter first. Morsel Excavator. We could put that on you so that you gain a little bit more attack, but we actually need our champion to do more, even now. Even now. Man. I want to get more than one morsel each turn. And we aren't getting that. I think we play the Molten Encasement to make something free. Made a self-mutilation free. So I think we have to play the Subsuming Blade. And I think we should play it on you. That means that we get 9 damage on our pyre. Plus this, which is another 5. Alright, there it is. We're getting 14 more damage on our pyre. Which means we're very slowly dying. We're basically dying little by little. The top is at least taken care of this time. So it's all about the center. We get to play Mind Collapse and kill one of them. The Umbra morsel does not give you more attack, so I guess we're playing it at the top again. The problem is this one now, that Gilded Wing. Which, you know, we can do a little bit of damage, but not enough. So I think we've got to kill this one, so that it doesn't add a self-mutilation, so that we get to draw more cards. More useful cards, which might give us something to take care of the Steel Wings. Alright, we know that we get the boss, and we did draw a Subsuming Blade, so we do get to take care of this one too. Great. Okay. Play Shade Splitter. And a Shade Splitter, and a Shade Splitter. Rebel Morsel. Let's play a Rebel Morsel for you. Probably. Magma Morsel on you. You know? I actually want you to have a Magma Morsel. So Magma Morsel there, we've got the Subsuming Blade. Subsuming Blade could kill this one or just hit this one. I think we should kill this one. Even though we could get more Ember with Mind Collapse, who cares? We can play Sacred Wicks to get 2 cards back. Let's do it. We get Lady of the House and the Molten Encasement. The Molten Encasement has Burnout 1. Do we play it at the top? I think we do. And then Lady of the House we play at the bottom, I guess? Sure, whatever. With a Rebel Morsel and Mind Collapse the boss. Yeah, our champion is very strong. I really want him to have Trample. And he needs to gain strength fast enough to take care of the first few units, which is also a problem. Hey, Crucible Extension came back. Granted, we've got tons of Ember, right? Because of Encased Ember. So, let's see how much damage we can do in the center. We want the Morsel Jeweler in the center to see how much damage we can do. We get a Morsel Excavator at the top. Intent on Death doesn't do anything. Nope. Doesn't do anything. Excavation Eruption deals damage here. Does give 3 more attack, though. Crucible Extension can be played at the top for next turn. Self-Mutilation, of course, and Subsuming Blade. Okay. how much are we doing in the center? I forgot to look. We do have a ton of damage shield, though. Alright. I think that center unit gets pretty good. Shade Splitter gets a rubble morsel. I don't know why I'm doing this. We're already winning. Crush. Crush in 2 hits. We took 54 damage, though. 54 damage. We don't want these cards. I mean, another Crucible extension isn't terrible. Maybe we take another Crucible extension? I don't think we want it, though. It doesn't solve the main problem we have. Emberforge doesn't either. So we skip these. Engulfed in Smoke is fine. The Remnant Host is pretty bad because the draft units have Dazed. However, it does give us lots of Ember, and the draft units explode. I think we do take Remnant Host, as the draft units exploding is actually pretty nice. Okay. Nothing is going to give us enough money to buy a trinket. Duplicating a card seems like our best plan. Let's go right. What about the Merchant of Steel? Merchant of Steel can't really affect too many things. Okay, don't care. We go right. Do we remove the Lady of the House, finally? I think we do. But let's look in these things. Merchant of Trinkets we can't afford. Merchant of Magic. Freestone would be nice, but we can't afford it. We've got a Power Stone and an Emberstone. We'll buy those, yes. Divine Temple. Seek Stone gives something else intrinsic, but it would have to be a spell. Engage Pact sacrifices a unit, which... You know, it's okay to sacrifice a unit, but it's not great. We could sacrifice our Remnant Host onto one of the Molten Encasements. It doesn't do much. Let's not do it. Don't think we're doing anything here. Which is probably good because more pack shards might be bad for us. And we're going to get more with the Hellvent. Because we certainly have to get something that can take out units. Which might be Excavation Eruption, but it's probably Subsuming Blade. Our best Subsuming Blade. It's probably the Subsuming Blade. Okay. So, the difference between these two is 8 damage and 10 pack shards. Let's get the 10 extra pack shards to take the better one. Sure. I also should have put a Power Stone on it first. I forgot that we had 3 slots. Darn. Should have done that. That was foolish, because we definitely could have done that. Let's make the other Subsuming Blade a little bit better. And Emberstone on... Could be Grovel. Could be a Shade Splitter. Let's do Grovel. Okay, let's remove 2 cards. And I think Lady of the House goes away. I think. It's still a hard decision. But I think she has to go. And then what else goes? Because we do need to get rid of something so that we draw our damage spells faster. It could be a Shade Splitter that goes. It could be one of the Molten Encasements, because having 3 of them hasn't been wonderful, but they're kind of our solution to the last Divinity fight a little bit. So I think it has to be a Shade Splitter. Or Sacred Wicks. Huh. Do I want Sacred Wicks to go? Let's get rid of Sacred Wicks. Okay. We got rid of some interesting choices I made in the past. Let's go to Seraph the Chaste. I think we lose in this battle. I think. Especially because we're dazed at the beginning, and Seraph just plops a guy on the field at the top immediately while we're dazed. We do have Subsuming Blade so we could kill it. But of course we have all of those that we have to take care of too. But certainly we have to play Umbra and the Morsel Master. It would be nice to play Ember Cache. And then we have to play the Subsuming Blade here to avoid 15 damage. 15 damage is far too close to killing us. Yeah. We could play a Molten Encasement in the middle, don't see the point. Hey, the Remnant Host. Actually good, because it kills both of those. Okay, I'm thinking about this. You're bad. That Pyre Wings is bad. But this one's coming first, and it's also bad. Let's play the Remnant Host. So the way I see this happening is it dies... Wait a minute. Oh no, the armor! It applies armor when it kills them. I should have played this at the bottom. How foolish. That just made this middle floor really bad for me. Terrible mistakes. Terrible mistakes. Let's play the Shade Splitter first. Okay. I think I may have killed myself with that play. Especially because we can't really... We can do a lot of damage to you, but it doesn't kill you. We want to kill this one with the Subsuming Blade, but now that I did that, we kind of have to kill one of these. And we have to kill this one. It's a terrible plight. Well, we need to play 2 morsels up here, so that you get big and strong as fast as possible. What do we do? We certainly do this. We've got another Subsuming Blade, we've got Mind Collapse and Excavation Eruption. We've got to kill one of those. It's so sad. Because I want to kill this one. And I might have to kill this one, too. And I really want to kill this bottom one. Alright, I think we're gonna die. I'll be sad if we die because of this play. That Remnant Host play. Should have played the Remnant Host at the bottom. Didn't think about the Dark Wings giving armor before the damage goes there. Alright, we've got 11 health left. We got Excavation Eruption, which has piercing. We basically have to play it at the top. So let's play the Shade Splitters first. Your sweep is terrible. We could just give this guy Endless. Rubble Morsel, Rubble Morsel. Excavation Eruption at the top. We have to. And you're getting 152 damage. That means that you kill the pyre. So we can't allow that. Let's give this guy Endless, because we do want him in this fight. This Rubble Morsel is completely pointless. Let's just play it. And then the Mind Collapse has to go here. Okay. Now what we need is 2 spells. 2 spells that can kill units. Don't know that we have those. 3 spells that kill units. Because of the light wings that went in the back. Oh, sad. I think this is where we die. Because we can kill... This front one dies from Penumbra. This next one we can kill with a spell. The following one dies from the Morsel Master. And then we can kill one with a spell, and then the last one gets to the top and kills our pyre. I think we died in this one because of how I played it. Because I messed up with the Dark Wings. I think that's why we died. But in any event, we're going to play our stuff. Just in case I did some of the math wrong or something. Something. Let's play this here. Okay, so now... Now what? The Mind Collapse kills this one. Subsuming Blade can kill any of them, so it could kill the front one. It didn't kill the front one, because it doesn't have the spell weakness anymore. You know what? I would have died anyway. So there we go. We lost 2 more times with the Umbra and the Melting. Honestly, on 2 expert challenges that weren't great for Umbra Melting. The first one was terrible. The second one was not great for the Umbra Melting, because the extra damage with spells doesn't affect many of the Umbra Melting cards. But still, we did okay. Let's see if we can do something better next time. We're not going to be playing as Umbra Melting next time, at least. Which seems to be my worst clan combination. Since both runs were losses, I still have yet to earn a divine win with the Umbra Melting combination. On the right, I am featuring Clipped Guardian, because these were much more of a problem in these runs than they usually are. And I thought it was interesting that this enemy was featured for a battle in which only one shows up. Instead of a second enemy, I'm featuring Power Stone, which becomes the second upgrade after Emberstone that I have applied at least 100 times, where I stop counting. On the left, I'm featuring Morsel Master. I took a lot of these this time and used them to great effect, doubling the morsels I played. Next to Morsel Maker, Morsel Master is one of my favorite Umbra cards. Subsuming Blade reaches my 10 battle threshold, along with 2 other cards, and it was a powerhouse this run. I ended up duplicating it twice, using it to try to deal with units going up my train, especially while my units were dazed. For artifacts, I played with Encased Ember for the first time. It can give a lot of Ember. Though I didn't really need it this time, I certainly will think more highly of it in the future. Exploding Candle reaches my 10 battle threshold along with 1 other artifact. I used this a lot to defeat entire waves of enemies with a single dazed dreg. The Exploding Candle was fun, especially in earlier battles. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description. New episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.